Want to master Fusion 360 fast? Forget the fluff. I'm going to show you the 20% of commands that get you 80% of the results. No wasted time, just high-frequency tools to take you from an absolute beginner to proficient fast. Let's dive in. Chord, we're going to see that we're inches, and we're going to start a sketch. We pick our plane, as we see here, and we are going to do a rectangle. We'll start at our origin, and let's hit D for our dimension. We're going to make this 16 inches. And then we're going to use this other little thing here, equal. So we will make this leg equal this leg. Now I'm going to double click my roller mouse and look at this. It will autofocus this for me. Another thing that, so now we will hit finish sketch. And one of the things I like to do next is hold shift and the mouse wheel to turn this like so. You can also do that here with this command here, but I recommend definitely getting one of these. And now, of course, an escape to back out. So the next thing we're going to do is extrude. And you can do this if you just kind of want to freely just see what's going on. But we're going to change this to 16 inches. So now we have a cube. So within Extrude, there's a ton of options here, but we're not going to get into them. But what we are going to do is we're going to keep learning the same commands over and over in a new way. We don't have to learn all 1,400 commands. We just have to learn a few. So now we need to find the center of this square. There's a number of ways to do this. No way is completely right. So one of the first things we're going to do is we'll hit P for project, and we're going to project the shape of the underlining square that we're on. And then we're going to grab the line command. You can click it up here, or you can click L, and we're going to run a line from here to here. And then I'm going to hit escape to get out of that. And now we're going to, do you see, we're going to drop a circle in here. See how this triangle showed up here? This blue triangle? That is the center of that line. And from experimenting earlier, I found 2.5 seems to be a nice size. So now we have a line here. And one thing we're going to do also is see over on these line types, we're going to hit construction. And now this diagonal line is construction. So when we finish sketch, you're going to see why I did that. I'm going to do an extrude on this. And I'm actually going to cut into this body by 1 inch. Right? This is a 14-inch cube. We're going to hit OK. So now we have the first hole of our cube. So we are making a dice, or a die rather. So we are going to start in this face here. Again, we're going to create a sketch. And we're going to hit P for project geometry and see how that red line here, we have all these lines, those red lines turn purple. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make 2 dots on this side. So we're going to run 2 lines here. And then watch, we're going to lay down a rectangle. Come all the way over here. Look at this. You have a 2-point rectangle. We saw that earlier. Now we have the center rectangle. We're going to drop that in on our center, just like we saw that triangle. And I don't know, I calculated here, but I'm just going to drop it the second point on one of these lines. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab a dimension here. So we're going to push D, and we're going to dimension this point here to this point here. And see how I have options. I can go up, I can go down, or I can go diagonally. And so diagonally, I chose this dimension here. And then I'm going to do escape to get out of this command here. And I'm going to click on the bottom right and drag. And we're going to turn all of these to construction lines. And we're going to make sure they're all construction. Oops. All right, let's drop some circles in. So we'll drop one in here. And remember, we decided to make that, oops, I missed my chance. We're going to make that 2.5. And then I'm going to push, see how I have the dimension next to my cursor? I'm going to just hit C, and it's going to drop me right into the circle. And I'm going to drop this down, the circle here, but see, I didn't pick the exact one. So what I'm going to use is that cheat I did earlier. I'm going to do an equal. So this circle now equals this circle. So the fun thing is, because one is related off to the other, we can change them later. So we will finish our sketch, and we will extrude just as we did before. We're going to pick these two. As before, we're going to do a cut, and we're going to go in an inch. And then look at that. So the superpower here, sorry about the chunkiness. I didn't have a visual on the ribbon on the bottom. Let me try to get there. Sketch. If I don't like it, and watch, we're just going to go a little bit too big here. We're going to finish sketch, and look at that. We now have both of these holes are based off of a new number. But we're going to keep it here. And a quick finish sketch. Right. And we're going to do a quick save here. And we're going to call this Dice Rev 1. And save.